Welcome to Cloud Meets Hybrid, Automation Talks powered by XOAP. I'm Mario, and every week I break down hybrid IT, multi-cloud deployments, and automation, compact, practical, and straight to the point. Today I'm joined by Christian Reineke, CEO of RIS and XOAP. Christian, welcome you here.
Thanks to having me.
So I want to do something a bit different today. Instead of drilling into one specific topic or product area, I want to step back and ask you what you are really actually hearing right now from customers, from partners, prospects, also from the wider market. The view from the CEO chair, basically. Let's just start broad and see where it goes. But first of all, who is Christian? What's your story? And where are you from?
Where I'm from. So I'm from Germany, Bielefeld, yeah. So the city which is not existing. Basically in the mind of the people coming from North Rhine-Westphalia. I'm 45 years old. Fresh father of a daughter. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And yeah, a technical geek with some business skills. So that's all about me actually. And I think this is where I'm basically known for.
And what's your role at RIS and XOAP? What's the major topic you are working on it right now?
The most unimportant part. So I'm the CEO, which is basically not bringing any kind of bigger effort into the product itself, but I try to hold all the loose threads together and support my colleagues as good as I can.
Nice. Okay, let's go a bit in the topic. Yeah, the CEO chair. Yeah, that's a good title. When you sit down with CEOs,
feels uncomfortable from time to time.
When you sit down with the CIO or CTO in, we say, mid-26, what's the dominant theme in those conversations? If you had to name the one or two things that keep coming up, no matter who you are talking to, and what are they?
Yeah, that's easy in the moment. So it's all about AI, I think. So the people are really focusing on the new stuff which is coming up. So it's a huge arousal actually at the whole business. Yeah. So some companies which are a little bit more old-fashioned didn't realize how big the impact of AI and all the large language models will be. But the people which are with a clear focus on the future, they can see what kind of effort is coming. And yeah, I think this is the most interesting part.
And the second one?
It's still the transformation from standard classic client server IT into something new, the new world. I would say that the standard topics we talked the last 5 years about, where the whole DevOps thing are a little bit mitigated by reality. So companies know better now. So they know that the transformation is not ending up in Terraform and Ansible. It is something in between, and it is already a big potpourri of that what was legacy last time and what was new these days. Yeah, so this is basically what it is all about, I think.
Okay, interesting. When I bring one more topic on the table, for example, I think nobody can ignore it also right now, because there are, for example, these NIS2 enforcements just kicked in for real. DORA has been live since last year. The AI Act is rolling out in stages. From your chair, is this the regulatory wave companies have been preparing for? What do you think about?
Yeah, I think this is from my perspective, that what I would phrase legal pressure. So the regulatory obligations coming in from governments and especially the European Union, is forcing IT organizations to structure themselves a little bit better than it was before. All that names, which we can drop on the table, like NIS2, GDPR regulations, and everything which is based on that pressure, is forcing organizations to change. And this is beside the technical impact which is coming on top of it.
Mhm.
So you have to do your daily business, and on top of your daily business, you will get obligations like the new regulations, and you have to move forward, to transform yourself to getting not legacy one day, So you want to be top notch as always, as any IT responsible person wants to be, but it's not that easy. You named all the challenges we have currently.
Yeah. Well, when you look at our customer base, we have customers from the States to Australia through EMEA. How do you think about the European cloud? Because we are at the end a German company.
So there's a lot of political tension in the market, which make the people rethink the strategies they developed over the last years. So is the US vendor cloud, which it is basically all the time, with some exceptions, the right choice? And is a European cloud maybe an alternative product? Or should we or shall we go back in our own data center, or maybe a shared data center? So this is definitely a big topic in Europe itself, and that also means regarding the legacy obligations, the regulatory impact is also a choice for subsidiaries from the US or from Asia Pacific. And the European cloud based on the GDPR obligations is always, it was also in the past, a big wish from everyone. But I can't see today, except maybe Schwarz groups approach something really comparable to that what we have with AWS, with the Google Cloud or Azure.
Yeah, definitely. There's then the topic, it connects to the same when we talk about regulatories, but maybe they're bigger. Vendor independence, supply chain sovereignty. The fact that the US authorities recently classified several major AI providers as supply chain risks. So what do you think about that? If we go back to this AI topic, because it depends a bit also about the European topic, but let's go to the AI topic back. And what do you think about the regulatories on the market? Is it something that Microsoft will own in the next years? Does the United States will create new regulatories for that? Or what's your feeling about that? What's the journey we can see in front of us?
Yeah, wow, it's huge. Yeah, so where to start? First of all, Microsoft itself is the big monopoly, which is taking always hand on new technology when it comes up. So this is why Microsoft was one of the first company which tried to join the ChatGPT OpenAI approach as fast as possible, integrated it into the Copilot concept, and is now doing it with any other upcoming large language model which seems to be capable enough to use it. So Microsoft will be always top-notch because of the power they have, because of the monopoly they have, because of the operating system they have. And this is, from my perspective, the biggest fear you should have, to be too deep in the Microsoft Cosmos and not getting out anymore.
Especially, I think they released some days ago, 1st of May, this agent AI thing, which is also integrated in all products and a specific dedicated product.
From Microsoft perspective, there's no other vendor you need. So the question is, how reliable is that based on the political tension we have in the market? I mean, for us as XOAP, it is a great opportunity because the access between Israel and the United States as software leaders in the world are maybe not as reliable as it was before. I don't know. I feel at least, from everybody across the countries, including also the both named ones, a feeling of independency of any kind of vendor lock-in. So nobody really wants to lock in into something and not getting out anymore. So this is a learning from the last years, especially with the consolidation of big companies, the Broadcom Citrix effect. That is definitely pushing in. So back to your AI question. There's today, I think, so much change in the market that you can't really see what will come next. So when we talked 12 months ago about large language models, nobody was really aware of Anthropic or Claude Code. That was still OpenAI. So now it seems when you hanging on the news that OpenAI lost the race just in 1 year or a few months. So maybe the next model we will see is coming from China and is just cheaper and better than that what everybody else is delivering. So nobody knows really where the market goes within the next weeks, months, years.
That's true. That will be a question later on also. But the AI topic is a really huge topic. We can talk about 30 minutes just only about this topic.
Maybe 30 days.
But maybe shift a bit. One thing what is very important for us are the MSPs. Let's switch the gears for a moment because MSPs are a big part of XOAP's market as well. What are your MSP partners seeing in 2026? Are their customers asking for different things than they were a year ago? Different services, different contract structures, different priorities. How do you see the MSP market shift?
Yeah, it's actually what we already talked about, what is concerning them. So they have, with their customers, the need to be independent as possible, and customers wants to have technical approaches and solutions where they are not hanging with one dedicated vendor. That is definitely one point. And of course, they want to save money. So the whole IT thing is going a little bit out of control regarding budgets. Within the COVID time, it seems that there's every budget possible and thinkable to reach out to a possible solution of remote work issues or developing your company into the future world. But today it's a little bit different. So the whole world economy is going down, and that is also having a direct impact on the IT budgets, because IT is in the end not a production factor. It is something you have necessarily to do, and the only obligation the IT department is having is to be state of the art. So that is, from my perspective, also what the MSPs is driving, because they're getting the requests from the IT departments, and the IT departments want to have lean solutions where they have a proper estimation on budget, and so just fulfill the needful.
Yeah. That's definitely one trend I keep seeing in the industry data. MSPs reporting staffing shortages going from 29 to 42% in just a few months. Is that something your partners are talking to you about, and how it is changing what they need from a platform like XOAP, for example?
XOAP is definitely an accelerator for the fulfillment of what an MSP wants to do. It is clear that with a solution like ours, and I'm definitely not trying to make it too much as an advertisement here, is that you can shorten your activities dramatically by using our solution. So administrators don't need to do the things twice. They can automate the stuff. They can use our solution to reduce headcount, which is, for an MSP perspective, absolutely needful to be competitive with the SLAs they offer to their customers. And so an SLA is running for 1 or 3 years, and after it, you have to re-challenge yourself. Is that what maybe the other company is offering for a cheaper price, the same thing, or do I mature myself in the right direction to automate all the activities a customer wants to just give him a better quote to challenge the market, by the power of delivery I have with an automation and maybe an AI integration too. So I think XOAP is definitely a key factor.
That's true. If we go a bit in another direction, so Microsoft footprint, you already talked about, just keeps expanding. We have, of course, Intune is coming more and more. The customer environments, Azure, M365, now the Agent 365. In your conversations, is the Microsoft does everything pull stronger or weaker than it was years ago? Where are people actually pushing back?
So Microsoft is cutting support for long year used tools like MDT, is closing, from my perspective, technology passes where old-fashioned companies still hang on, not because of a better service, it's more because of pushing the customers into a transformation process where they end up into this vendor lock-in bind on the Microsoft Azure cloud. And companies and people working for these companies are not stupid, so they know and see what happened there. So, and you have, at least from the discussions and talks I had with the customers, a pretty clear understanding what's going on there. Some companies are a little desperate because of HR resources and just follow the path, knowing that it's not right. Some other companies, they try to look on the right and to the left and think about if there are other solutions out there like ours. And this is absolutely that what I noticed when it comes to Microsoft. It is also a thing that back in the time it was unthinkable to not use Windows operating system in a company setup. Today it's different. We have the ability to deliver Windows 32 applications with mechanisms like Citrix. So that makes you at least a little bit independent from the workspace OS. You don't need to hang necessarily on Windows anymore. So you can take a look to Linux or Chromebooks, which is based on Android. So these are alternatives you haven't had in the last decade, I would say. So that is making the whole market a little bit more interesting, because it is helpful, to get out of the vendor soak-in from Microsoft. And so on the other hand, of course, it's raising complexity. So because with all the technology you need to use and handle, it is not so easy, to bring your infrastructure up to speed and maintain it all the time, especially when you have a small staff on IT people. But so we can see that the willingness to stay independent all over the world, not only in Germany, in Europe, so Asia Pacific is huge. China, I would say, is completely disconnected from the whole Western IT market, and they're doing well.
Agree, that's true, and we will see what will happen. But before I ask you the last questions, based on everything you are hearing, what's the topic that everyone is talking about right now? Of course, you said AI. It's one part. But you actually think is overrated, maybe. People are talking about something, you think it's overrated. And conversely, what's something people are talking about yet that should be more important?
I think what is absolutely overrated is the fear of AI. So there's, for two reasons, no fear, or should be no fear against or about AI. The first thing is, it is an absolutely amazing new technology we will use from now and forever, with any kind of iteration is coming up from today. One colleague just said that we will never as slow as we have been today. So tomorrow we will be faster. But on the other hand, you have to handle the output, and you have to handle the way how all that things are working. I'm not believing that AI will take in and ruling out the way how we do the business today within the next 18 months, as everybody said. So this will not happen. So it is a change process, like always. Every decade is bringing a new thing. It's AI today, so it will at least take a decade until it's in any company.
And on the other side, what is something people are not talking about yet that they should be?
That they should be. So I would say automation to get rid of daily problems of bottlenecks in your HR ability to perform and to deliver.
I will extend it with dependencies of vendors and platforms.
This is for sure. So when one thing is automated and is properly made, I know something to work with and to be successful with, then you don't have to do these things twice. And of course, you can be fast, if you have to change. And I think this is the key factor to be sufficient and have a sustainable environment created for your company.
That's a good point.
Which everybody should do.
That's definitely a good point. Now let's fast forward 12 months. Yeah. May 2027. What's the conversation you expect to be having that we are not really having today? Or what do you think about where's AI then? What do you think will happen in 12 months? I know that's hard. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Yeah, but I think I have a good answer. So I think the overall common sense will be, as I said in my fear story, it was not as fearful as everybody thought about. That's the first thing. And yeah, so everybody who accept that new technology is always coming in and transforming themselves in the right direction. So we'll follow that path. And in the end, I mean, so we are currently working on an AI implementation of a chatbot for our solution, if you allow me to talk a little bit about this in the end.
Of course.
So that means we will use it to have a very nice vehicle to enable the people in the right way and to speed up all the process. And I think, so we will have a better feeling in 12 months because everything will be more clear.
Christian, thank you. Always a sharp read on where the market actually is rather than where vendors say it is. For everyone listening, if you want to follow more of Christian things, connect with him, of course, on LinkedIn. All the links are in the descriptions. And of course, head to XOAP.io to see what we are building. That's true. Christian, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mario. It was nice to be here.
If you enjoyed this episode, check the description. We will drop all the information there. And if you want me to cover a specific topic the next weeks, more details about AI, more details about automation or something else, connect with me on LinkedIn or drop me a message. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week and see you next time.